Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm Muriel Bowser. We opened the Go-Go Museum in historic Anacostia today, and I'm happy to take any questions. Any questions? Oh gosh, I think that's hard to say, but I love the interactive exhibit. So I think it will appeal to young people. It'll appeal to people of all ages, people who are very familiar with go-go, and people who are just discovering it. But I think also the live stage is going to be well sought after.
One more on topic in terms of, this block of Anacostia, very special to businesses. It's owned by and for the community here. How do we also expand this, but also can you tell us about some of the city's work in participating, making this happen here?
Well, we have consistently invested in historic Anacostia over my 10 years as mayor. One of the biggest and most impactful investments has been our Food Access Fund, which is why we're able to open so many restaurants and food sellers right in this block. Ron mentioned that there are over now 100 businesses in historic Anacostia, which is remarkable.
Okay. Mayor Bowser, thanks for having us here today. This is really exciting. What do you think some of the, oldest founders of go-go from decades ago would say if they could see this here today? What do you think Chuck Brown would say?
If thinking about Chuck Brown, I think he would be remarkable. He was an incredible musician. He loved DC. DC loved him back and really put his heart and soul into go-go music. And to see the young musicians who are coming along, I just love to see more young people involved. That's how we know that the art form will live.
Ask you about the layoffs of the federal workforce. What are the numbers that you're all seeing now in terms of DC residents, and what is the city prepared to handle?
I don't think we have seen any numbers yet.
What are you bracing for, and is there anything special the city might try to do to help any influx of local residents looking for new jobs?
Well, obviously, our residents or the workers who are impacted and eligible for unemployment insurance will be served.
And efforts to try and push that forward?
No. Any other questions? Yep.
This event in itself represents what DC is, from the community support to all the efforts to bring this all together. We've had, what I would say, outsiders label DC opposite ways. What would you want them to know about what we're seeing here today and what's really happening in DC?
Well, I'm not sure how to answer that question other than this is a unique art form for Washington, D.C. Other cities have their unique art forms, but this is ours. And we have seen, and there's an exhibit here that will show how go-go music is in other mainstream music. There's a whole exhibit that shows how go-go shows up in hip-hop, for example. And I think that you will see that in other forms of music. So that's how, and you see it in other places in popular culture. So that's exciting, and I think that you see that here.
Meeting about RFK recently.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us some of the takeaways, how you responded to the community's questions and what you might use from that moving forward?
Well, I thought the community, as always, asked great questions, and it was similar to a meeting that I had a couple of years ago where the community talked about the mix of uses that they want to see at RFK. I think that sentiment was amplified in our most recent meeting, and we laid out that we're in the very preliminary stages of planning, and we'll come back to them as plans are, shore up.
When do you expect you might have a proposal that you can share with the city?
Well, we're working on it. I can't say for sure when we will be able to deliver it, but listen, we've been trying to get control of RFK for 10 years. So we don't want to dawdle, but we want to be comprehensive in our thinking.
Mayor Bowser, do you have thoughts on the U.S. attorney being laid off by the Trump administration and what that may or may not do for D.C. public safety?
For the what now?
For D.C. public safety, with the Trump administration laying off the U.S. attorney, what that may or may not do for public safety.
Oh, I thought he appointed a U.S. attorney.
Yeah, laying off the previous, appointing a new one. What Just your
The
thoughts on how that
previous
may affect
U.S.
public safety.
attorney resigned in December, which I think was expected. And so the most recent appointment of Ed Martin, I think we didn't know if he was going to be permanently appointed. So I think it's good to know who we're going to be working with.
Any updates on the alleged executive order that President Trump has talked about in terms of public safety?
I'll leave that to you guys to speculate about.
Two police involved shootings yesterday. Any more you can share on that and your message to those from the outside who don't understand what's happening in the city?
You know, I really can't say more. I know that NPD is investigating and provided a report to you. I'll get a full briefing today, and the police chief can say more.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.